watching Hockey North. It has been almost a week and a half since we've had any PWHL action, so we don't have that much news to dissect. Karissa Donkin, let's play a game though, because we're just on, well, almost on the eve of the holidays. Let's give a gift to every single PWHL team, eh? That'll be fun.
Yeah, dig into our stocking. I've got a big stocking here full of gifts for each team. And, we know that obviously what everybody wants for Christmas is the Walter Cup, but we've got some other goodies for them.
Let's start with Montreal. What are you giving Montreal for the holidays?
I'm giving them more regulation wins. So no team, Anastasia, has gone and played extra hockey more often than Montreal since this league began. So about 40% of this team's games have gone to either overtime or a shootout since the league began. So I would give a little bit of extra rest to some of Montreal's top players who are eating those big minutes. And also, we know with the PWHL, the way that the point system works, if you don't win in regulation, then, you're out a very valuable point. So I would say that if Montreal is making a Christmas list, if head coach Corey Chevry is getting her pen out and writing to Santa, she's going to be asking for more regulation wins this year.
See, I would just give him some melatonin and some sleepy tea. But that's a better solution than mine. Okay, Toronto, it's an easy one for me. A healthy Natalie Spooner back. And with that being said, I also want to give the team the blank slate or the ability to not answer any questions about Natalie Spooner's return, because we've talked a lot about the return of Natalie Spooner and the team obviously very much trying to find their identity without her. But she's just brings so much to the team, so much fun, two-way presence. I mean, we do miss her. We do miss her, Karissa.
Yeah, of course. I mean, and you can see they miss her on the ice. I mean, goal scoring hasn't necessarily been an issue for this team yet. It's more, I think, some defensive struggles. But even just having a Natalie Spooner back on the bench, the good vibes that she brings, I think the team will obviously be happy to see her back when she returns.
What's New York gonna get for the holidays?
Well, Anastasia, I would give New York a sold-out Prudential Center. So we saw the team last year play in 3 different states. They played in Connecticut, they played some games in New York, and they also played a couple of games in New Jersey at the Prudential Center toward the end of the year, and never really got a footing in the market. Obviously, the New York sports market is super crowded, so it is very hard. Even just a healthy, regular crowd, and sort of starting to build that identity. The team is training in New Jersey rather than Connecticut this year as well, Anastasia. So for the players and just, for building the team's identity in the region, I think that having that healthy crowd would go a long way.
It is cool that Fillier, of course, played in Princeton, and hopefully there's a little bit of a New Jersey love there. Ottawa. My gift to Ottawa is a spot in the playoffs. I mean, no one came closer without making it. And for them to find themselves in the playoffs, just a huge win streak for Carla McLeod. That's my gift to Ottawa in the new year.
I think they would love that. And also for poor Carla McLeod, just a few less errant pucks coming on the bench. We unfortunately saw her get hit with one during the preseason. Glad to see that she's doing okay. She's joked that she'll always have to have bangs, but hopefully poor Carla doesn't get hit with any more pucks in the new year. That's my Christmas wish for her.
We got to get her a helmet. Minnesota, what are they going to get for the holidays?
Well, we've been talking a lot about expansion, Anastasia, and there's a lot of different, cities that we're dreaming about, we're chatting about to see whether a PWHL team could fit there. But for Minnesota, obviously, geographically, they're a little bit on an island. They're kind of far away from all the other teams. And so they're logging the most travel out of all the other teams, all the PWHL teams, by far. So I would give them an expansion team a little bit closer, somewhere in the Midwest. Chicago would be ideal if we're just talking about geography. Maybe St. Louis, even a team in Detroit would be a little bit closer. So I would suspect that, for players who are spending a lot of time sitting on planes, that would be pretty nice. And in lieu of that, Anastasia, I would give them some air miles.
I was going to say maybe some air tags as well. Yeah, air miles and air tags for days. That's a great gift. For Boston, I think we can both agree, just a whole bucket of goals. Like, they got so many stars, and with respect, they've struggled a little bit to put up some points. Just a whole bucket of of goals. Like, you get a goal, you get a goal. I mean, I think of Niter and Bilka and Mueller, and I know Keller and Niter have scored most of the goals, but there's just too many stars for them not to put the puck in the back of the net.
Absolutely. And like you said, Hilary Knight has had a great start so far. Hilary Knight and Megan Keller, as of when we're talking, they account for 4 to 6 of Boston's goals. But that was the big problem, I think, with this team last year. One bright spot, I think we can say, is that, the power play looks a little bit better for them this year. It's still so early that we only really have a small sample size. But I would say if head coach Courtney Kessel could ask for anything, it would probably be to see her team score a little bit more this year.
Well, just play against me, because I'm not very good in that. Karissa Donkin, we're ready for the PWHL to return, and we're ready for the holidays. Thanks so much for this. The next game on CBC, December 21st at 2 p.m. Eastern. I will be ringside. Toronto hosting Montreal. It's going to be a blast.